There we go. A nice fade in for the dungeon fuck.
Dungeon fucked.
Well, that is what dungeons are for.
Fucking?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, you've never contemplated enjoying a good dungeon fuck?
Oh, you mean like a sex dungeon?
Yes. I think you a little longer than it should have.
Like shackles on the wall and whips and chains and... What's that line of that song? Words will never... no. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
I think there's something like that.
I think it was like a Rihanna or Beyonce song.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know, I could be down for dungeon sex. Get on this stat.
Yes, speaking of kinky shit.
Speaking of kinky shit, wow, really, that's the...
Uh-oh, I think I found the boss.
Excuse me. Don't know if that caught that.
That's funny, this is the Simmerstone chamber, but no sign of risky boots. If I'm quick enough...
Ah! Nice try, girly! Girly girl, but this Simmerstone comes with me. Its magical fire will keep my water boiling forever. What? Not again! Aye!
Alright, what are we fighting?
Risky's blasting off
I actually
again.
haven't fought this guy yet, so I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Other than apparently just blindly whipping him in the chest. This seems to be working. Oh fuck! He turned into a wheel! Not hard to dodge, at least.
So speaking of kinky shit...
Oh fuck. So, the Joker and Harley.
You think that's kinky shit?
Well, no, I think we've come back from watching... Oh, wait, no. Sausage Party. That was definitely some kinky shit.
Just the tips. Just the tips.
Oh, this guy's a pushover.
Yes, we got back from our mandated biannual date night.
It's not mandated. I ain't gotta do shit.
We watched both Sausage Party and Suicide Squad.
Fuck.
Because they were both out, and we had a free ticket.
Yes. Sorry. Fighting your boss. Did not expect this to be happening so soon. And again, I haven't really fought this guy, so... Again, he appears to be hurting, so... Fuck. Just whip him in the chest with my kinky hair.
Yes.
I would do anything for love.
But I won't do that. It was actually an alright movie. But you're saying, like, you probably wouldn't watch Sausage Party over again.
Yeah, it's not a movie I would watch again. Like, there are movies that I would watch again. Like, I watch The Last Unicorn every now and again. I watch fucking Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. I watch Treasure Planet.
We just watched Transylvania, Hotel Transylvania for the second time yesterday.
Yeah, so there are things I would watch again. Sausage Party, not really on that list. Like, it was an alright movie, I give it that. It was funny when it needed to be. And I really enjoyed Meatloaf.
Was that actually Meatloaf? Did he, like, actually voice the Meatloaf?
I don't know if he did or not. I didn't actually read the credits for that. I was contemplating it, but we were too busy, like, talking about the movie. Oh.
As we usually do.
Yes. I feel like that wasn't it. Oh, nope.
That was it.
It's all good, dog.
You got your Simmerstone.
Yeah, but I only got, like... I did it. I got the Simmerstone.
Well, I knew with my help you'd make it out okay. So what's the reason for collecting these stones anyway? Like, kind of a dangerous hobby, don't you think?
Hey, I don't have any choice. Risky Boots is going to use them for some sort of doomsday weapon.
She looks so mad.
I've already kept her from getting the Dribble Stone, the Golem Stone, and the Silver Stone. If I could head her off one last time, Scuttletown and the others should be safe.
That girl's, like, bad news, alright. She's one of the reasons we move our caravan each, like, night. In fact, we're moving out in the morning, so if you want to visit me again, you'll have to track, like, our caravan down first. In the meantime, you should head for, like, Mount Pointy.
Why? What's there?
The, like, Twinkle Stone. You've got the other 3, and that's, like, the only one left. You don't have any warmer clothes, do ya?
Why would anyone want to wear warm clothes?
No, like, reason. See you around.
Alright, I gotta go back in there. I think there's shit I missed.
Okay.
I did not expect the boss to be... Ah, for fuck's sakes.
Ah, you used one of your items.
Fuck. Their exploding is lagging the game. It's just completely wrecking them. Alright.
Alright. Anyway.
Yeah, because I didn't go down there. What was I talking about?
Sausage Party.
Yes. It was an okay movie. It was funny when it needed to be. I enjoyed a good number of parts, but it's not something I would go and see again or, like, buy, unfortunately. So, like, it did its job to entertain me, but it didn't do its job to make me love it.
Okay. It's an okay movie. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't know if it's particularly my style of movie, like the ones that I would go and seek out, but it was okay. The performances were good, and it was entertaining enough. You were saying the profanity was a little over the top for you?
Yeah. And, like, I'm someone who's profane without thinking about it. And it was a little just over the top for me.
Yeah.
Like, it was profanity for the sake of profanity.
Yeah.
Rather than profanity to...
Add or, add to the experience at all.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, oh look, it's an animated movie, and they're swearing.
Yeah.
Like South Park, in a way, but South Park has a little bit more of a charm, I think.
Yes.
Because South Park, that's all, like, little kids.
Yeah.
So you get the added haha of it being the main characters
Fuck!
are all 8-year-olds.
Alright, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it was profanity for the sake of profanity, which took away from it. Did I go down there? I think there was a key this way, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was a key. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to come back here anyway when I get the harpy powers, I think.
Oh?
Yeah, I think. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I'm officially as far as I've made it.
Yeah, oh, we should probably tag, like, spoiler warnings for Suicide Squad /
Well, we haven't really dropped any spoil. Well, I guess maybe one or two.
Meatloaf.
Spoiler warnings. If you really haven't seen those movies, go see them. If you want to see them. If you don't, then, you know, clearly you don't care anyway, so.
Clearly you just don't give a shit.
But yeah.
The ending kind of threw me for a bit of a, oh, okay. Like, that's the kind of thing that with Sausage Party that I didn't like about it the most. Or, like, you know, is the ending got kind of
Excessive?
Excessive and a little ahead of itself.
Yeah. I can see your point there.
Because, I mean, like, have it end, again, spoiler running, but whatever. Like, they beat the humans, they saved the day, they, you know.
Honestly, with how it was supposed to be as, like, a parody of animated movies, I kind of expected them just to lose.
Yeah. Tough shit.
Yeah, like, that was what I expected, was just they lose, that's it. Dissatisfying, but funny. With what I got, I was surprised. I give it the surprise factor.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have seen that one coming.
Yeah. We were also, like, it was first night, and there were, like, 6 people in there for that showing.
Yeah, but, like, we had an early showing.
Yeah.
Like, our showing was, like, 4:40.
It was the second showing, I think.
Yeah, the second showing of the day. But you also gotta remember, there's a lot of people who work until 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And if they're gonna see a movie, most people...
Oh, fuck!
Aw, you look so sad when you're, like, get hurt in monkey form. Anyway, most people who see a movie past 7 o'clock. I don't think I have ever gone out to the movies earlier than 7 o'clock in, like, 10 plus years.
Yeah. I normally see early movies, but that's because I prefer the theater to be empty.
Yeah, like, I don't mind having a,
This is also one of, like, the first movies that I've seen in a while where there were no kids.
Yeah, well, it's Sausage Party.
Yeah, I know exactly why. It's because of the rating on the movie.
Yeah, but not that's ever stopped people from bringing their kids into R-rated movies before.
There were kids in Suicide Squad, and it also had the
was there?
the warning. Yeah, they were like 2 seats down from us.
Oh, maybe that's why I was on the end. I didn't see the people in a row. I'm surprised that Suicide Squad was in such a small theater.
It's also been out for a little while.
No, it really hasn't. Not that long. Like 2 weeks, maybe.
As opposed to Sausage Party, though.
I know, Sausage Party just came out. But, like, we were in, like, the tiniest little theater. I had more issues with Suicide Squad than I did with, August 1st. Oh, that's in Bangladesh.
Oh, what? I can just climb on regular walls?
You're like, oh, sweet.
Oh, this changes everything about this power-up. I didn't know I could just climb on regular walls. Then again, I didn't really get the opportunity to use it out of the level before nonsense happened. But if I can just climb on regular walls, that means that there's a lot more area that I can cover with this.
You're like, this is suddenly worth it.
Yeah, it really is. Fuck. Ugh.
August 5th. So it has been out for exactly 1 week. Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Although Suicide Squad apparently had, like, the biggest August opening ever. In that first week. Like, that opening weekend.
I don't know, I heard the movie didn't do as well as they hoped.
Oh, maybe that's possible, I don't know, but it did very well. All things considered.
I heard the opposite. That it did not do very well. Ah, for fuck's sakes.
It's very obviously flawed in a couple different ways.
Yes.
Suicide Squad. Like, I enjoyed it. It was an okay movie. It's not like I was like, oh, this movie is shit or terrible or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's just deeply, deeply flawed.
Yeah. And again, spoilers, if you haven't seen it yet, I'd recommend going and seeing it just to make your own opinion. See it yourself.
Yeah, don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
But, you had some issues.
Yeah, I had a few issues. The critics were saying that it was poorly paced, so maybe I went in expecting that. But, like, even without thinking that, it went very quickly from let's introduce everybody to toss it into action, and then the whole movie was effectively one very large scene.
Yeah, one very large action scene.
Yeah, you didn't jump around very much. It was just one large action scene.
And they didn't even introduce everyone.
They didn't. They left a few people out.
Like, I think is stupid as shit.
And again, I told you the double-edged sword on that one, where a lot of superhero movies are getting flack for redoing the introduction to a lot of them. Like, we've seen Batman's origins, like, 3 times in the last few years.
And Spider-Man's origins, and Superman's origins,
yeah.
and...
So I get kind of trailing away from that, because they've been getting flack over it lately. However, with the Suicide Squad, they're not heroes. For the most part, none of them have ever seen cinematic time. Like, Harley's never been part of any of the Batman universes so far.
Yeah.
And,
the live-action movies, anyway.
Yeah, like, she was introduced in the animated series, and they liked her enough that they made her actual canon in the comics. And... oh, for fuck's sake. I know she's a fan favorite, so a lot of people know her. But people who aren't familiar with the series wouldn't know anything. It's not even like they could have seen, like, a previous movie with her in it, because there aren't any.
Yeah, and I mean, like, they did go into her origin more so than the others. They showed her being the
Her and Deadshot got a good amount of background, which I didn't mind. I actually liked that.
Well, Deadshot didn't even get that much background, just the fact that he has a daughter and that he kills people for money.
It gave him motive, and that was good.
Yeah, motive, but they didn't go into any of his training or what he did to become such a good ace or whatever. But no,
it's still more than Killer Croc got. Killer Croc got a
title card.
Yeah, a title card, and yeah, they treated him like an animal, so then he became an animal. But it's but there's got to be more to that.
Yeah, and that's just it, though. No, my problem is there was a character that they introduced, they brought into the Suicide Squad. So, at the beginning of the film, there's, these little, character bios, and you get one for Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Killer Croc, the Australian guy, Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain. That's the other bit, is Captain Boomerang is the only one there that was, at least from my knowledge, not a Batman
Not
villain.
Batman.
Yeah.
But anyway, but here's the thing, is there was a character that all of a sudden they were getting them all together and they're ready to go on the mission, and then this guy shows up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, and I fully well knew what was going to happen with it.
Yeah,
because...
you know who he is. But, again, spoilers. But they kill him off to show off, we actually do have these, little grenade things in your neck, and we will kill you. So they kill him to show off, yeah, we'll do it. But they never introduced him. He just kind of appeared. Yeah. And I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
As a cinematic thing, as a cinematic theme, if you're going to introduce your characters by giving them all a title card with some information and whatever, introduce all of your characters, including the one that you're going to kill off, because A, it doesn't completely out them as, that character's gonna fucking die. Which you could tell right away because you knew who he was.
I didn't know. It's not that I knew who he was. It's that I knew the Suicide Squad. Because I've seen other Suicide Squad works. So I knew that there was no way they were going to go into that and not blow someone's head off for the sake of blowing someone's head off.
Yeah.
So when they introduced a character that had not been previously talked about or anything... It was just I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that guy's gonna die.
Yeah, he is there to die.
The thing is I'm coming into Suicide Squad. I'm coming into it completely fresh. So I don't know the characters, I don't know how it runs, I don't know anything. I feel alienated by that because there's a random guy, I don't know who that is. I can't place him. I don't know who he is or what he does. I know nothing about this character, and they just kind of have him there with everyone else who have been introduced.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, I know enough Batman where I know Killer Croc, I know Harley Quinn, I know, I've heard of Deadshot, but I'm not particularly familiar with him per se.
Yeah. Even if they...
Who's he from? Is he a Batman villain or is he somebody else?
Who, Killer Croc?
No. Deadshot.
Deadshot is a Batman.
Is he? Anyway, so it's just that guy, whoever, Slipknot, you said?
Yes, that was the name.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I can't recognize him. He doesn't, ring any bells to me. He's just a guy that happens to be with them.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't with them long because they decided to use him as an example, but... At least a name would have been nice. And speaking of names, this is another problem that I have personally, just as a moviegoer. They spent all this time building up Deadshot's motivation being his daughter. Not his wife, because it says ex-wife on his little title card, but his daughter. It's all about his daughter. We never hear her name.
Or at least it was said so seldomly that it doesn't stick.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing her name at all. Maybe it was said, I don't know, but I don't remember it being said, so I don't know who she is.
I mean, again, a little bit of my background to just knowing Suicide Squad and how it works in, other mediums. I had a big problem with how humanized the characters were. And I understand it's a movie and you need the audience to identify with the characters in some way. But that raises two problems. The first one being is that they are villains regardless, and that doesn't mean you can't root for a villain in a movie or a feature. But the other bit with the Suicide Squad is the whole reason that they are doing it is because they are not people who are trusted. They have bombs in their necks because they are not trustworthy individuals. The whole purpose of them is to either do it or die. And they spend this whole time, like, humanizing them, making you like them and everything, and I'm just like, okay. And then they use that as an excuse for them to team up at the end, which is just a movie trope of that, oh, well, they're the heroes at the end, and they need to team up in order to properly do it.
Like you were saying, like, at the end of Suicide Squad, like, comics or whatever, at the end of the mission, they all fucking bolt.
Yeah.
They go their own ways, and they're out of there. Like, oh, we did it, we're outie. And they kind of had that where, in the one scene where Captain Boomerang kind of takes off, all of a sudden, he's just like, I'm out. And then, not even 30 seconds later, or whatever it is, while they're all back outside, there he is, coming up to join up the team again. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because, like, why would you bolt from the room just to join them when they go outside?
Yeah, like, there was a lot of the bits that didn't click with me because of the types of characters that they were, and that the movie itself portrayed. It wasn't like it portrayed it otherwise, but the movie itself portrayed Captain Boomerang as, I'm out, I'm done, I care about me, that's it. And then he does that, and I'm like, okay, cool, he's gone, that's fine. And then he comes back, like, the following scene, and I'm like, why is he back? He left.
Yeah, he has no reason to continue because he's not invested in the mission. He's just, like...
Yeah, like, you made Deadshot invested because of his daughter. You made Harley invested because the Joker's gone, so she has nothing else to care about. She's, quote-unquote, suicidal, whatever, concerning that situation. But Captain Boomerang, throughout the movie, spends the whole time not giving a fuck about the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, I'm out at the first opportunity. He gets that opportunity, and it's not like we see him like, oh, well, he sees, like, somebody's dead that maybe he might have cared about or that reminds him of everything. They didn't give any reason. He's just back.
Yeah. Another thing I found was this is me personally, but the movie was very dark not in theme, but in actual, like, lighting and color. So it made the action a little bit difficult to follow at points. Like, there was one scene that I actually may have totally misinterpreted where Killer Croc and a bunch of the guys end up going underwater to place a bomb, and then it just kind of looks like Killer Croc is being, like, I don't know, attacked or contained or whatever by the other people, and I'm like, whoa, are they, like, completely, like, betraying him or something at this point, or what's going on here? But that's because I found it very hard to tell exactly what was going on.
I found the majority of the final fight, though, was kind of like that. It was
particle effects, woo!
Yeah, like, Croc had the whole underwater segment, and you're right, it was very kind of difficult to go on. I kind of noticed that it was Croc being attacked by the creature things.
I didn't even think it was the creature things. I thought it was his own team turning against him. I was like, whoa, what is happening? Yeah. Why are they attacking him?
For fuck's sake. I could briefly make out what was going after him.
Yeah.
But during the actual fight, compared to where we've seen like Avengers,
yeah,
and them all take on like an enemy like I want to say Eldrazi, but that's a magic term. Them all take on the Loki and them, and we watched them all fight together, fight in unison, and that. And then to pop to Suicide Squad, where I've got kind of graininess and I don't exactly see what's going on. I can kind of make out roughly. Like, there were like 2 or 3 times where Deadshot's like wrist things got attacked, or like he blocked an attack, and I'm like, okay, did that like cost him anything? Like, what's going on? I can't make out what's happening.
Yeah. The other problem that I had with it was I felt very much misleaded by the promotional material. And I know that they ended up reshooting some scenes and cutting a bunch of stuff out from the original, what was going to be the original cut of the movie. They changed it a lot due to the poor reception of Batman v Superman. which I don't think is fair to Suicide Squad, as they are two totally different movies. But hey, whatever. Do what you will, I suppose. But, like, even while we were at the theater, our theater has, like, a pre-show where they have people interviewing about the films that are upcoming and playing and, like, that sort of thing. And one of these specials was based off of Suicide Squad, and they went to an on-site area that had, it was like a museum set up. It was like an interactive experience based on Suicide Squad, and...
I don't trust this area. I'm going back down.
And so they had, like, oh, here's props from the movies, and here's sets from the movies. Like, this is Deadshot's cell that we're in, and this is Harley Quinn's bat, and we even have a Harley Quinn smashing room, or whatever they called it, where literally you put on a helmet that had the Harley Quinn pigtails on it, you had a hammer, and you smashed things. I was watching that while we were waiting for Sausage Party to start, because we watched Sausage Parties first. And I got like, ooh, well, that's an interesting little thing. I wonder how they're going to take this idea and put it into the film. There's no mention of it at all. Zero. And all the entire time, like, I'm sitting there waiting. When's it going to happen? When is this going to be relevant? When is this going to be part of the thing? Nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Oh, hello. I guess the caravan's here now. Which sucks, because I just wasted my money, or wasted my potion.
So that's kind of my, and again, all of the promo stuff from what it looked like it was going to be a lot more in the prison and a lot more indoors. I didn't realize so much of it was going to be outside in the city. I just feel like I got promised one movie and they delivered a totally different movie. Not a bad movie, just not what I was expecting. And the other thing is I was surprised at how little I actually saw of Harley Quinn being Harley Quinn psychotic.
Yes.
I was expecting a lot more of that. I was expecting her to go off the rails. I was expecting quips and violence, and she was very much static for a lot of the film.
I told you my major bit, which wasn't even with the movie itself, but with one of the trailers we saw prior, which was the Wonder Woman trailer.
Yes.
In the theaters. And my major quip being the fact that it is Wonder Woman's original, like...
Her origin story, her introduction. Because
it doesn't really fit with how they've been rebooting the universe. Because... And I totally get Wonder Woman is fine. Like, her backstory was fine and all that. I have nothing wrong with that. I enjoy Wonder Woman as a character. But having her World War I backstory doesn't fit with how the universe is right now, especially with some of the things that they've already did in Batman v Superman. So unless they're going to completely retcon that movie...
Which they might, because it was received so poorly.
But the problem is that they've referenced it in Suicide Squad with, Superman's death.
Yeah.
So they've kind of dug their own grave on it.
Yeah.
But with it being her original World War I backstory, it creates this massive divide of time with what was Wonder Woman doing.
Because as you said, I actually haven't seen Superman v Batman, so I can't say myself 100%. But you're saying when she shows up for her cameo in that movie, they don't know who she is. So how is she fighting in World War I, and the other people there have no idea who she is?
Yeah, so it would have made more sense to, like...
Where was she, like, for the last 70, 80 years?
Yeah. Yeah, so it, like, creates a big gap with her age, and the Amazonians do have, like, super long lifespans and everything. So, I get it. But my issue with it is that with rebooting the universe, with them having no idea who she is, what was she doing for that time? And I don't know. Even in the animated stuff, which I prefer the animated stuff largely. It's what I watch more often. In the animated stuff, they have taken liberal action with how Wonder Woman is introduced to everything. Like, there was one where there was like an alien attack happening, and that's how the Justice League originally got together, and that was like the first time anyone had seen her, and she only left because of the crisis happening. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short, because we're basically at episode time.
Oh, but I was just starting to have some fun.
Yeah. Long story short, with episode time, just comes down to fuck. I find that they should have done something different. Maybe some of the harder DC fans wouldn't have enjoyed it, but it would have made more sense for the world that they're trying to construct and sell us on.
Yeah.
Having a World War I Wonder Woman who partakes in World War I with her original backstory, and then shows up for Justice League, or shows up for Batman v Superman, and they have no clue who she is, there's no background, especially when they are trying to sell the idea that Bruce Wayne can figure out who Superman is in, like, a few days, basically. And yet would have no idea who Wonder Woman is, who is, like, a prominent figure from World War I, because she would have assisted in the war. I don't know, it doesn't add up for me for them trying to set up Justice League like that. I don't disagree with giving Wonder Woman a movie, I just don't think they should have gone with her original backstory. I think they should have made something more modern to fit the world that they're constructing.
Yeah, absolutely, I don't disagree with giving her a movie. She needed a movie. Like, you can't... She's one of the most prominent female figureheads of DC Comics. You can't justify not giving her a film.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah, and honestly, I look forward to a Wonder Woman movie. But making a Wonder Woman movie that's supposed to fit into this universe, take place in World War I, she's not Captain America. She didn't get frozen in ice for 50 years.
Yes. It's just another... What this kind of is signifying to me is, DC, I see you're trying, but Marvel has you beat left, right, and center. Because we were in that movie theater, and the trailer for Doctor Strange came on, and at the end, I audibly heard you go, ooh.
Yeah, like, I'm really looking forward to Doctor Strange. He's a character that... my extent of knowledge of them is to do with Spider-Man, and it's not a lot. Anyway.
But even still, just a character you're not familiar with, and hearing, ooh, like, you're excited, and you want to go see, like, oh, I can't wait for that to come out. Like, that speaks volumes to me, where it's like, Marvel could have licked that kind of response from you, from a franchise, like, a property that you're not that familiar with, and yet Wonder Woman, you're just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
And she's a very prominent figurehead of DC.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, you get where I'm coming from?
I get where you're coming from. But we are also, like, 5 minutes over now.
Yeah.
So, yes. I get where you're coming from. We can definitely talk about it more on the podcast, too, so...
And then Foxin will have his...
Foxin will have his...
He's a comic guy.
Yes. Oh, man, we didn't answer the question we got in the comments.
Oh,
I guess we'll have to do that on another episode. Foxin's been sick, so we had to put off Smash this weekend, or last weekend. So apologies for missing that. Anyway, we will catch you next time, and take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.